Hello, everyone. I think I introduced the date already. It's Monday, November 15th, 2021 at 2:45 p.m. I just started not just started because I've been here since 12:30, but more like, I've been here since 12:30 and, you know, and we do a little bit of work and then we stop for a while and then we start back again. So the next portion of work I've been doing for like 45 minutes. But I'm bothered by I feel like my day is ruined and I'm bothered by a lot of things right now. Even though, I haven't had like a physical, no, like verbal, something with anybody, but sometimes you can have a bad day just reflecting on. It's like sometimes if you're bothered by unwanted intrusive, bothered by unwanted intrusive thoughts from, events that happened like 15 years ago. It's strange how my mind or my conscience would be bothered by something that happened, so much long ago, and so it's like now with social media and other things I can't mention, communication seems, more difficult, which causes more people to have more misunderstandings, arguments. I remember taking, if it wasn't a speech class, it was some kind of course, or psychology or something years ago when I took a course, and I think one of the topics was about, when I was going to college, one of the topics was about communication breakdowns, and back then it wasn't called social media, but basically if you're emailing somebody or if you even talk to somebody on the phone, you sometimes might think that that person got mad at you or something like that. But nowadays there's more rise in narcissism and selfishness and stuff like that. And due to social media and it's like, even if it's somebody's wearing a mask and talking to you in person, you can't see their facial expressions, or their cues or whatever, or their tone of voice. You might think they're getting an attitude with you, and a lot of times they do, so when it comes to narcissistic abusers, they try to gaslight you by getting an attitude with you, and then when you ask them about it, they'll swear up and down that they never got mad at you and never got an attitude with you or anything. So I remember living in Denton, Texas, and I had neighbors, who used to love me, and then, for whatever reason, unexplained reasons, turned their backs on me and started to act a certain kind of weird and strange, and me being rejected by their so-called friendships. And then I'm like having emotional, like unwanted intrusive thoughts about that person, after they betrayed me and turned against me or got mad at me for whatever reason or started to act different and stuff. And so it's weird that nowadays if a person, it can be a friend, family member, spouse, lover, or whatever, somebody who, if you're in person and you go to and you talk to that person on the phone, or you have like a regular contact over the phone with this person, or you meet up in person a lot, and then next thing you know, um you wonder like why they stop, why they completely ignoring your calls and text messages or social media messages, and you wonder, is this person okay, or hoping nothing bad happened to that person, and you wonder what you did or said wrong that they're ignoring the shit out of you, and then everything seemed nearly perfect or fine or whatever, and then next thing you know, you wonder why they're extremely you know active towards everybody else but ignoring you. But it's strange that they haven't blocked you. If they haven't blocked you on social media, or if they didn't block your phone number, or didn't block you from communication, if they obviously don't want to talk, and then that's what another narc would be like, when she obviously doesn't want to talk to you. you know so if they don't want to talk to, but they don't straight up act on, like, they're more secretive with showing, and then you feel gaslit that you're wondering why this person won't talk to me, you know or you wonder what could you have said over the phone or in face to face with that person, or online, or something in person. I'm sorry, on social media, that you might have posted that they feel personally offended by something you said that had nothing to do with them, or something like that. And this could be somebody who decide that, oh, if there's something that you really wanted and been trying to strive for so many years, or for a long time, and you try to get it, and then they try to say, they berate or condemn you or make you feel like you should feel ashamed for trying to aim for that goal. And then after they tell you, don't do that, and then next thing you know, you listen to their advice, and then next thing you know, you feel like you break down and have a mental crisis, because after they told you that they don't want you to try to succeed at this goal or whatever, or you'll be very foolish to try to do this or do that or whatever, it's something that's harmless. And so then next thing you know, they cut off all contact with you, and don't even tell you what you did wrong or said wrong. you, you know and then, I had so many thoughts on my mind, and now that I'm physically venting, my mind just went blank. you know um so it's like, one thing about so-called, like, well, narcissistic so-called friendships is, they want to front like they're mentally normal. The narcissistic fake friend, the narcissistic control freak fake friend, would front like they're mentally normal and on point, but then they seem double-minded. Like, if they might tell you in a private conversation that you know, you look like a fool crying in public. But ow, they hit me with right here with the energy weapons. But then if they're talking to another person and they say it's okay to cry in public, it's okay to vent, nothing's wrong with that. And then you wonder, well, why would I be blaspheming the Holy Spirit for crying in public? you know. So and then when a so-called narcissistic friend treats you a certain way and make you feel like you don't have anybody, and then it feels like an unnecessary or avoidable or unnecessary, like an uncalled for mental health crisis that you feel like you're going through, or feel like you're about to. Why is this person like you lose your mind and nearly go crazy, or have like an outburst, or when you're try pull your head out trying to figure out why is this person acting this way towards me, you know, or if you feel like you just like a friendship, if you're at work or school or something, trying to concentrate on an exam and like a college exam, or if you're doing your work or something, and then you just get frustrated and and pack up and then just walk out the classroom and slam the door and then go break down and just cry, you know, just thinking about that family member, lover, friend, or whoever who that you know treating you like you're just not worthy, or like you don't, and then they want you isolated, like making it like as if you're not supposed to have friends, or you're not supposed to have any support or anybody to respect you, or oh, you just want popularity, but then, or that you just want pity, sympathy, and attention. But then, if they'll tell me that, oh, your videos are too long, or you make too many videos, but then everybody else, if they're already popular and well liked, you glorify them and be like, oh man, I wish this video could have lasted longer, or your videos aren't long enough, or I wish you would do more videos. And so I heard that due to like cult abuse that you've been through, I heard that dealing with cult abuse would cause, like being in a cult for so long, or being in a narcissistic, growing up in a narcissistic household for so many years, and then you end up um in like with a narcissistic household, you end up or being in a cult or something like that, then I heard that hinders you to have, like, say if you've been socially isolated, you've been that hinders you from being able to have meaningful and proper social relationships with people, and people will think that you're weird or something's wrong with you, or you're always the problem, and you stay socially isolated and rejected from and hated from society. I mean, rejected by and hated by society, and even in the so-called Christian world, to be treated like this, or by other so-called targeted individuals to be treated like this, and it's like, well, I thought that more Christians would accept you, or more targeted people would accept you, but a lot of them act like, the rest of the world, or how narcissistic perps treat you. And, like as if you deserve to be just punished with being just thrown away from society. And it's like, if other targets know, I mean, why would other targets treat each other like that? If I'm considered society, thrown away by society, and you're supposed to be thrown away by society? What makes you think you're better than me or superior or higher than me or something like that? And then speaking of that, can't even deal with so-called Christian car salesmen. If you try to go and see about getting a car,